All right, today we're going to be looking at converting mixed numbers to improper fractions and improper fractions into mixed numbers. Before we do that, let's look at the standards that this lesson will be covering. We're going to be looking at Math Florida Standards 6, Number Systems 1.1, and this is interpret and compute quotients of fractions and solve word problems involving division of fractions by fractions. The reason this lesson is important is you need to understand how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers and vice versa in order to multiply and divide those fractions. So let's go into some key vocabulary here. The first key vocabulary is the word mixed number. Mixed number is simply a whole number combined with a fraction. It will look like this. 2 1/3 is an example of a mixed number. 4 1/5 is another example of a mixed number. It's simply a whole number with a fraction. All right, let's look at improper fractions. Let's look at improper fractions. Improper fractions are when the numerator is bigger than the denominator, such as 15/3 or 7/5. When the numerators are bigger than the denominator, you have an improper fraction. All right, and then some other key terms are numerator, the number on the top of a fraction, and denominator, the number on the bottom of a fraction. So let's look at how I convert one way to another. So first let's look at how do I take a mixed number and change it into an improper fraction. So let's say I have the mixed number 2 1/3. The process you use is you multiply the whole number times the denominator. So you would have 2 times 3, that would be 6. Then you take that number and you add it to the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1, that would be 7, and then you keep the denominator. So converting 2 1/3 would be 7/3. Let's look at another example. Let's say I have 4 2/5. I would first do 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is equal to 20, and then you would add 2, and you would get 22/5. All right, now we're going to look at converting improper fractions to a mixed number. So let's say I have 15/3. Actually, I don't like that one. Let's just pick a different number. I'm going to do 15/2. Basically, a fraction is a division problem. This is read as 15 divided by 2. So you're going to have 2 on the outside, 15 on the inside. 2 goes into 15 7 times. 2 times 7 is 14, and you have 1 remainder. This means your whole number is 7, your numerator is 1, and your denominator stays the same, or is 2. So that'd be 7 1/2. Let's look at one more example. Let's say I have 5/3. This is 5 divided by 3. So this would be 3 on the outside, 5 on the inside. Notice the bottom number always goes on the outside, top number on the inside. 3 would go into 5 one time. 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract. I have 2 remaining. So my whole number, the number on top, is 1. My numerator is 2. And my denominator is 3.